If you are a huge Michael Jackson fan, such as myself, you already know that the movie Michael has generated over $1 billion worldwide. I say that right? Worldwide. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely phenomenal. That has never happened in the history of never. Michael has been gone from us for 17 years, and here he is still breaking records, making history. And I asked, I said, I wonder, what does Michael think, or how does Michael feel about all of this? How does Michael feel about Jafar portraying him in the movie Michael? And of course, I started getting all these downloads at the most unopportunistic time, at the most inconvenient time, while I was driving, while I was out running errands. So if you know, you know. If you a spiritualist, you're a reader, you know how that goes, right? But I did ask, and it did give me permission to channel Michael's energy. And I got King of Stakes, which is King of Wands. And then I got the World card. And I got the Hermit card. Now, I want to start off by saying this about Michael. Michael, when he left here with a lot of unfinished business. He was sent here with a special karmic mission, and unfortunately he was not able to complete that karmic mission, right? So there was a lot of unfinished business and a lot of loose ends that Michael was not able to tie while he was here in his lifetime. Now, Jafar, he his mission, his purpose is to, and Michael is a elevated empath. Jafar is also a elevated empath as well. One. Two, they're both extremely introverted. Jafar is extremely introverted. Believe it or not, Michael was extremely introverted as well. So Michael was extremely introverted. Jafar is extremely introverted. They are both extremely intuitive, creative, and of course that goes without saying, spiritual. Very, very in tune with their spiritual bodies, which makes a person like that unique and special. Got it? Now, Jafar's mission is to clear his ancestral bloodline. That's Jafar's mission, that's Jafar's purpose, to clear his ancestral bloodline. So, also, during the making of the movie, Jafar was able to not only channel Michael's energy, which I believe most of us already know this, right? But he was able to channel Michael's spirit and energy in a way that no one else could channel his spirit and his energy. Could anybody else have played the role of Michael? Yes, absolutely. There are so many amazing artists, talented artists out there that probably could have done the role of Michael, but not in the way that Jafar has. And because he is in that bloodline, because Jafar has that special karmic purpose to come here and clear his ancestral bloodline. Jafar's mission is to clear the karma in his ancestral bloodline. All right. So that's why he was able to. That's why Michael's spirit and energy was able to inhabit Jafar so strongly. But also because of Jafar's cosmic makeup, because of how his chart is set up. I know he's a Leo, and I know he has some Gemini in his chart also. I don't remember his rising sign, but the way his chart is set up and the way because of his cosmic makeup, he had the ability to not only channel and inhabit Michael's spirit, he had the ability to put in the work and make the sacrifices that it took to play the role. A lot of people probably would not have been able to do that. Now, I don't know this, I have not confirmed this, but they've been wanting to do this autobiography, this biopic movie, but they could not find anybody that can really like channel Michael's energy in a way that it needed to be channeled. Now, mind you, Jafar was only a child during the time. This is what came to me. He was they would, of course, they would not have been able to consider him because at the time when it was put into the ethers that they wanted to do this, there wasn't anybody out there that fit the criteria that they needed to play this. So time hadn't caught up to this purpose of the movie coming out. Am I making sense? Now, Jafar and Michael, they're both elevated empaths. They're both naturally introverted, and they're both deeply in tune with their spiritual body, which is very important because people who are in tune with their spiritual body can heavily channel, and they can heavily channel and manifest the spirit into reality, right? Okay, I hope y'all still with me. And I'm gonna probably end up making this a little series, a part 2, maybe a part 3. Now, Jafar, there was something that belonged to Michael that held a lot of Michael's energy that Jafar used. That was very, very sacred to Michael. And I'm getting it was a musical instrument, but more specifically a guitar. Okay, everybody knows how much Michael loved guitars. He absolutely loved guitars. But unfortunately, and one of the things that he did not get to live out in his lifetime was to master learning how to play the guitar. Now, Michael was a Virgo, and y'all know Virgos, they are all about perfecting things. They are all about mastery. And when he was younger, I think most of us know this already, when he was younger, he was fascinated with guitars. He would always try to play with the guitars, but they saw the talent that he had. So instead of him learning how to play the guitar, he was thrust into the forefront and was who he was. But it was his hope and his dream and his goal to master playing the guitar in his lifetime in the latter part of his life. He would not been able to do it in the former part of his life because, he was who he was. So in the later part of his life, it was his dream to learn how to play the guitar, master learning how to play the guitar, and incorporate that in his music, whether that was writing, singing, what have you. And I believe, and I don't know this for sure, you guys, I have not gone down any rabbit holes, but I believe that, or from what I've seen, a guitar is of significance with Michael and Jafar. Of course, we all know that his father, Jermaine, was the one that was the guitar player, and along with Tito, they were the guitar players. But Michael owned a guitar, and what I saw was Michael would show when he was younger, when Jafar was younger, Michael would, when he would spend quality time with Jafar, he would, oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting a download and I'm in tears. I'm so in tears right now. Whew. But it was a memory that Jafar used to hold when he would channel his uncle. Stay tuned for, I gotta get myself together, y'all. Stay tuned for part 2. So one of the memories, this is a continuation from part 1. If you have not saw part 1, please go watch part 1 so you can kind of, follow along with where I'm going with the channeling of Michael Jackson. So I had to get myself together, y'all. I had got a really, really big download. And it was a memory. So one of the downloads that I got, Michael had a guitar, and even though Michael had not mastered playing the guitar, he still knew how to play, but not like his brothers did, not like the people that was on tour with him, like his musicians. Him and Jafar, a part of their quality time was them two playing the guitar together. And of course, Jafar's biggest influence with the guitar was his father. But One of Jafar's fondest memories with his uncle Michael is them two playing around with the guitar. And they used to joke around about it a lot because Jafar didn't know how to play. He didn't haven't perfected it at that time, and of course Michael hadn't perfected it, and they made like this little pact, this little secret pact. I don't know, y'all, if he's ever told this story. Please let me know because I honestly I have never heard this story. He may tell this story, but there's a sacred memory that Jafar has from his uncle Michael, and it involves a instrument. And I got a guitar, specifically a guitar, and he used that memory along with the energy that him and his uncle, because that was like a karmic bond that they created, right? And that was just the universe playing things out for them, is from what I'm seeing. um but that was that bond that they had, and they used to play the guitar together. So that was one thing. But that was one of the ways that he was able to channel his uncle's energy, because again, he definitely possessed Jafar and inhabited. I hope I didn't say the wrong thing, inhabited or whatever, while he was making this movie. So what making this movie did for Michael's spirit, it elevated Michael's spirit on the other side. Does that make sense? Because that's what I saw. The movie Michael, it venerated him on this side, but it also elevated his spirit on the other side. That's exactly what happened with the making of this movie. So there's a duality part to this. I said that part. Now for Jafar, it elevated him. Also, it elevated him to where, and it has, this movie has completely set his path, his whole entire path for the rest of his life, for his legacy. So this movie has been the foundation of Jafar's legacy. So his whole entire path. So he's not like the king of of um of pop, but he's more like a prince. He's more like prince royalty, if that makes sense. That makes sense. He's more like prince royalty. Also, um, Jafar is not. He's not trying to be like Michael, if that makes sense. He's not trying to be like Michael, nor is he trying to be like his dad. He would never be that. He has his own soul lessons that he has to learn in this lifetime. Now, when he goes on with his life, and he goes down his own path, which he does have a very, very beautiful path ahead of him. When he goes down his own path, there will be a little sprinkle of his uncle in him. There will be a sprinkle of his father in him, but it will be him, his soul purpose, his path, and his destiny. I also saw that when Jafar was training or filming Michael, he was living in a house. Michael used to come to him a lot in his dreams, and that was another thing that was really, really heavy. I don't even know if he even shared this with anybody either, but Michael shared a lot of secrets. Michael took a lot of secrets to the grave, but a lot of those secrets that Michael took to the grave, he shared with Jafar. And some of those secrets Jafar is going to take to the grave, but some of those secrets he's going to live out. So a part of that pact that they made is whatever the secrets, and they're not telling me what the secrets was, because they say it's none of my business. Literally, they say it's none of your fucking business, but nobody's business what those secrets were. But there was a lot of secrets that Michael took to his grave. But Michael would visit Jafar in his dreams, and he would reveal to him what those secrets were. And as the years go by, as time unfold, we will see what those secrets were. So He's not going to verbally say what those secrets were. He's going to help his. So a part of Jafar clearing his ancestral karmic debt and elevating Michael's spirit is to complete the unfinished business that Michael did not finish. Y'all still with me? That's the pact that they made. Okay. And he's not going to verbally say, I'm going to do XYZ because that's what my uncle wants me to do. He's just going to do it. And then, like, it's going to be an afterthought. Like, after he does certain things, he's going to say, I'm doing this in honor of my uncle. I'm doing this because this is what my uncle wanted. He's not going to say, I'm telling y'all, he's not going to say, my uncle came to me in a dream. My uncle, I saw visions. He's not going to say that because people going to, you know what I'm saying, everybody not on that time. Everybody not. But he's going to do certain things that's going to be Michael coded. Got it? He's going to do certain things that's Michael coded that only Michael would do. And he's going to do it in the name of Michael, in honor of Michael, because he knows that there was a lot of unfinished karmic debt that Michael was not able to clear in his lifetime. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to pause the video for a second because I got choked up. So yeah, that is what's happening with Michael's energy, Jafar's energy. That's really the goal. He's going to clear out that ancestral debt, that ancestral karma. Doing that, while doing that, he's going to elevate Michael's spirit on the other side and clear out his karmic debt on this side, while elevating his career and his spirit, Jafar's, in this life. And not only doing that, but creating a legacy for himself and for his family. So that is what I had got from the energy that I channeled with Jafar and Michael. And boom, there's confirmation. This is the confirmation that Jafar is here to clear out his ancestral bloodline and to elevate Michael's energy and elevate him on the other side. So yeah, he's definitely here to clear to bring, mainly to bring cosmic balance to the earth. And because that's what his uncle wanted, because one of the main things Michael wanted was for humanity, the energy of humanity, to heal and elevate. That was one of his main purposes, right? So anyway, I'm gonna ask, how does the family feel about Jafar portraying Michael? So stay tuned for part 3. All right, so this is part 3 of my 3-part video, or maybe 4. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do it 3 of how does Michael feel about Jafar portraying him in the movie. But I also asked, how does the family feel about this? How does the family feel about Jafar portraying Michael? So I got the 6 of chalices, which is the 6 of cups. So overall, I'm gonna say most of the family members, they feel extremely sentimental. A lot of them went down memory. I couldn't get the words out. I got stuck with the words, but it was definitely a trip down memory lane for them. They a lot of old feelings have resurfaced for a lot of them, and it's made a lot of them extremely sentimental. There was a lot of unresolved issues with the family and Michael that was not resolved, and it's hashed up all of that as well. So that's how they feel about it. They feel it's bittersweet. They feel sentimental about it, but good memories, not so good memories. we all know what the Jackson family went through, the brothers, the children, the siblings, and no judgment from me, because all families have their problems, all families have their issues. I'm not one to judge how, Joe raised them. I'm not here for that. I'm not channeling that. Somebody else can channel it, and then you let me know, and I'll watch your video, I'll support your video, but I'm not here for that. I just really wanted to know how Michael felt about all of this, and I wanted to know how the family feels about it. But overall, they are very sentimental about it. And also, this clarifies that Michael and Jafar, and I know for a fact because I did their synastry chart also. Michael and Jafar nodes are conjunct each other, and this card right here also confirms with me that there is some past life playing out with Michael and Jafar. And that also brings me back to what I said in the first video, with them bonding, with Jafar channeling those memories. Jafar has never told nobody this, by the way, y'all. It might come out in an interview or something like that. He may have already said it. If he haven't said it, he will say it. There was some fond memories that Jafar and Michael have that he's never told anybody. He may have told his fiance. I think he's married, engaged, or something like that. He may have told his mom and his fiance, or people that he's really close to, but he's never really told, like publicly told people about these memories. But yeah, this is also this card also represents memories for me. But for the family, bittersweet memories, fond memories, memories from the past. They overall they feel really, really good about the movie. Now I got Page of Satchels here. It's in the reverse. And then I got Page of Chalices. They're both in the reverse. So what I'm getting from this, there are some family members that they don't approve of it. I'm not gonna say they don't approve of it, because I mean, it's already done. The movie's already boom, is already out there in the universe. But there's some jealousy, and there's some animosity, and there's some family tension that's going on with Jafar. It could be a cousin, it could even be a brother. They're saying, okay, they said a cousin. It's definitely a cousin. If y'all know anything about that, please let me know. Please, please, please. But there's a cousins. It could be a brother too. Brother cousins. I ain't about to even go down that road, y'all. There's some animosity and jealousy when it comes to Jafar playing this role from some close family members, same age as him. Could be a few years younger, could be a few years older. But yeah, there's like this sense of entitlement, like how he gets to, and we didn't. Why we didn't get it, right? Let me clarify this, and I'm gonna end it for y'all. I'm gonna clarify. I didn't clarify what I did, but yeah, that's coming through. There is a few, and it's only a hand. It's not even a handful. It's only like 2 or 3 family members that kind of feel slighted with him playing his role. It's not the whole family, y'all. Overall, the whole family, they are, I feel a sense of like I want to cry, like a sense of happiness and joy, like my heart is full right now. A sense of joy and happiness, like a sense of gratitude. That's the word I'm looking for. There is a huge sense of gratitude coming from the family's energy with Jafar doing this. Like, if we're gonna do it, and what I'm hearing is somebody in the family saying, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. Because there's people have been exploiting Michael his whole entire life, while he was alive, after he was alive, and even now. There's so many people exploiting Michael Jackson. There's nothing that they can do about that. There's no control over that. But if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. And if we're going to do it right, let's at least keep it in the family, and let's at least give this honor to somebody that's deserving of it. So that's the overall energy that I'm getting, like a sense of gratitude, like, wow, a masterpiece. And Michael Jackson was the master of masterpieces. Y'all feel me? He was big on creating masterpieces. So the family has definitely given their stamp of approval on the movie. But again, there are a few family members that is not okay with this. They are not happy with it. They're bitter. It's nothing that they can do about it, but they're very bitter about it because there's and I do get the sense that these family members that I'm channeling, they're still holding on to a lot of resentment. For whatever reason, they're holding on to resentment. That ain't my business. I ain't gonna even ask why, but they're holding on to some resentment, and they feel like, why the fuck he had to do it. Any which ways, why is this energy here? And I'm gonna end it, and it's gonna be my last one. So there's a feminine energy. There's a feminine energy coming through that is not happy with is it the mother? I don't think it's the mother, but I'm gonna clarify. I doubt if it's Mama Catherine. I don't think it's Mother Jackson, Mother Catherine. Absolutely not. It is not her. It's another feminine energy, y'all. But there's a feminine energy that's coming through that does not is not happy with Jafar portraying Michael. They This feminine energy did not want this to happen. They did not approve of it. They didn't approve of it. They didn't want this to happen. Um they're kind of like in the background. They're just they're just silent. They're not happy. Um Whoever this feminine energy is that's coming through, they feel like Jafar should not have done it. They feel like another family member. So whoever this woman, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let it go. Whoever this woman is that's not happy about Jafar is a feminine energy that felt like another family member should have portrayed it. So it's not that she's not happy about the movie. She's not happy that another male family member was not considered. So it's some type of family rivalry going on behind the scenes, that this is a strong feminine energy coming through. A matriarch energy coming through, but she's not happy because she didn't want him, Jafar, to play Michael. She wanted another male family member to play Jafar. So I'm gonna leave it here. Let me know what y'all think. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Drop the comments for me, y'all. Let me know. Let's go back and forth with it. Holla at me.